So yeah, I remember being young and like jumping out the wardrobe and like, doing the impression of Gollum, doing the whole My Precious thing, my sister being absolutely, petrified, not even scared, but petrified, mate. She was, it took her a little while to forgive me for that one, but I was young and I thought it was funny, you know what I mean? I was only like 8 years old or something, so, and you know what you're like at that age as a young boy, that kind of shit's funny. It's like a practical joke to you, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I remember playing tricks with my brother and that, and things like that, and having a laugh,
Yeah.
But like say, personality, I think, like say, we're all different in a kind of way, because
Yes.
we've got like different sort of like, sometimes I'm a bit shy.
Yeah.
In life, I don't think I've completely come over my shyness in life, But I think like some people are more confident than others, and like there's just so many different people out there. Some people have had a bad life, like they've not had any parents or something, do you know what I mean? Or they've not had much help when they're younger. And so, I just think we've all had different childhoods, for instance, as well.
Yeah.
We all get different teachers as well.
Yeah.
And so on and so on. I mean, when you go to school and you first go to school, you end up mixing with people that normally, because you normally hang around like groups of 4 or 5, I think, or something like that,
Yeah.
maybe 7,
Yeah, at the most.
But normally you sort of like, there's little groups in there at school. I don't know,
No, it's true. It's very true, mate.
Where we hang around in our little
cliques.
Where, like the people that get picked on at school, they probably hang around with each other a little bit,
Yeah, it's true. Like the nerds. What people used to call, no disrespect, I don't mean it, I'm not saying anyone's a nerd, I don't want people to take this out of context, but I'm saying back then, or maybe even probably still today possibly, they used to get to refer to as like the nerds, didn't they? The not so popular kids that were a bit more, which was a bit silly because a lot of them were kind of made fun of for being intelligent, for being more academic or than the other people, so people used to make fun of them. He's a goody two shoes, he doesn't step, always behaves himself, always does what he's told, if you know what I mean, which you shouldn't be shamed for, but obviously in school that's kind of, that's how it used to be, didn't it, to be honest.
You get a proper prefix.
You'll get people that don't like other people because they're, they're academic, or if you see what I mean, and like you said, they'll be kind of seen as the not so popular kids, It's funny because like how a lot of times in school it'd be the popular kids a lot of time that won't be so the ones that excel, if you get what I mean.
Not necessarily.
Not always, but a lot of time you get that. The popular ones who
sometimes when you get punched a lot when you're younger, and you get picked on, they end up being the strongest mentally. You see.
Yeah.
So it like I say, if you suffer in life, I feel it's the only way you get wise in life in a funny way.
Yeah.
You won't get wise unless you suffer.
Yeah.
I don't think,
Yeah.
I think you've got to go through certain things. Like we've all got, well, most of us got family around us, and they're all getting older and dying, and my mum, like every person, your parents are always older than you.
Yeah.
And it's like they've had their turn almost. And,
Yeah.
What I'm having my turn now. And now I've had children, the time they grow up and have children, I'll have my turn over. And it's like that. Say like some people are miserable in life, miserable with themselves maybe, and unhappy.
And that reflects in their personality sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, happiness is, you won't find it in possessions or within gold or anything. Where you find it is within your soul.
Within yourself, yeah.
That's where you find happiness, And
got to go within.
As I say, a lot of children are not educated in this way. They're not educated with philosophy whatsoever. I wasn't. There weren't no philosophy lessons at school.
Yeah.
Was there any at your school?
No.
And I think like philosophy is one of the most important subjects of all subjects.
Yeah.
I think it is basically the science of understanding life.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. That summarises it well.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, understanding yourself
Mm.
and everything, you know, and I just don't understand why they teach so much at school, whatever, you know, so many different subjects, but you know, where's the philosophy gone?
Yeah.
You know, because that's number one, if you ask me, you know, because if you understand philosophy, I think you'll go very far in life, I feel, I'm not sure, you know, but I just feel like if you understand, it's like me, I feel like I understand philosophy a lot, okay? I've not had the perfect life, you know, I had divorce, which I didn't want,
Yeah.
and devastation after devastation, to be honest with you, in my life, but this is how I've learned how to be happy in life, you know, because I've had so many problems in my past, it's, you know, kind of gone through, and now I'm glad that I've got my life exactly how I want it almost,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've got there, you know, and it's taken me a long time, you know,
Mm.
because I mean, when I went into a relationship with my wife, when I first met her, you know, I never imagined that we'd divorce after 13 years, you know, but it happens.
Yeah.
And it did happen, you know, and I couldn't imagine, you know, you know, it would, but it did.
Yeah.
And I think that relates to everyone. You know, we all go through relationships, don't we? And most of us, I'll take this off there because it's tickling my nose. I forgot it on.
Yeah.
It's good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you know, even some people are actors, don't they?
Yeah.
They act,
Yeah.
and they're good actors as well. And they might even be acting with you.
Yeah. Yeah. True. That's very true.
So a lot of people do, I think.
And those are people who are great manipulators.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful of those people. Like you said, sometimes people can be kind and other shit for the wrong reasons. You know?
Yeah.
Because they want something, or they're after something, or they see an opportunity.
Yeah. Or you know, when you're employed at work, you got to be nothing but kind.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
You're not. I mean, if you get angry, you get sacked.
Well, I think the reality is that work, if you're working with someone else, you've got to be professional. And that's just the reality. You have to be professional, you have to conduct yourself in a professional manner. And that means being polite and respectful to your colleagues and everyone else and doing your job. That's as simple as that, you know? Everyone might not like it, but the reality is that if you choose to work a job, someone is a transaction. Someone is paying you for your time, basically, and your labour. That's all it is. So, however much it is that you get paid for your job is how much you deem your time to be worth. If you get what I'm saying, you know. So, yeah.
But like, does money change people's personality?
I think it does to some people. Some people definitely. Not everyone, but for a lot of people, you know. Both good and bad, you know.
I don't think it would change my personality if I come into a lot of money.
Same, likewise. And it's funny, me and my wife were having this conversation the other night, and she also agreed with me. She even said to me, she even kind of reiterated to me what I'd already thought about myself, really. And she said to me that she agreed with me. She thought that it wouldn't change me either, you know, because we were talking about that kind of thing, you know, the same kind of conversation. And I said to her, if I come into like multi-millions, you know, if I become like a multi-millionaire, I'd still be the same type of person that I am. Obviously, you've got more money, you can do more shit, you can help more people, you can, do, whatever. But me as a person, who I am as a person, my morals, my principles, my values, the shit that I stand on, you know what I mean, and believe in wholeheartedly and hold close to my heart, you know, my loved ones, my friends, my brothers, like, things that really have real meaningful value in life, you know, not materialistic or, type of value, you know.
So at the end of the day...
So to me, it wouldn't change any of those things about me. I would still be the same person that I am, but it would just enhance who I am. I'd be able to help people more. I could bless people more. I'd have, my family...
Would it make you happier, do you think?
Yes, because I'm already happy.
Yeah, that's it, you know, I'm already happier. I'm already happy. Yeah.
I'm already happy, so I'm already happy. You know, life is my happiness, you know, my wife and my kids and my career and my job and my music and, like I said, my family, my loved ones, my brothers, everyone is my happiness, you know. it's, you know,
the world we're living in.
you know, just waking up every day is my happiness. Waking up and, you know, being able to say, you know, thank God for another 24, you know, got another 24 to go to work and earn money for, you know, even like things like my job and all these kind of things. I appreciate my having, like, sometimes people get pissed off, you know, and angry about having a job and uncomfortable and anxious and all sorts of things about and it's just like, listen, the same job that you're complaining about working, yeah, that you're getting paid a decent living from, and you're able to sustain yourself and your family and whatever else, yeah, still live a semi-decent life. There's people out there that would die to have your job and your circumstances, if you see what I mean. So learn to be. You know, there are some people out there, mate, that are living in conditions that would trade places.
Some people are not paid enough, do you know what I mean, for what they do.
No, I know, but let's say, okay,
so
like,
long-term people getting angry.
the average person here, mate, that might be even working for, let's say, even something small as £15 an hour, which isn't a huge amount of money. But that is probably that's probably about 27k a year, if you see what I mean, before tax. There's people out there that would do anything to switch places with some people, you know, from other places that's, you know, living in certain circumstances.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
you know,
course.
they would live a fantastic life for that money.
There's a lot of people out here that don't really appreciate what they got.
No, and that's the reality. That's the reality.
They don't even look at what they have. Or sometimes people got a lot, right, because they're trying to get a lot, or whatever, and they forget what they've got.
Yeah.
You know, and they're still, you know, buying things in shops. You know what I mean? But they just put them in cupboards and forget about them. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
And it's not about you know, it's not going to make you rich having a lot of stuff. Honestly, it's going to make you poor. If anything, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes you poorer. The more stuff you got, kind of way I feel, the harder you're making your life. I feel. You know, it's like having. Would you rather have 1 car or 5 cars?
Yeah.
I mean, if I had 5 cars, if I had 5 cars, I haven't got 1 car, right? I never have done. But if I had 5 cars, I'd sell them tomorrow. Yeah. That's what I do. Yeah. You know, I'm not interested. Do you know what I mean? And I think like some people are hoarders, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They love collecting stuff, and they think it kind of makes them happy. But I don't think it does at the end of the day. You know, I don't know. You know, it's I think it's a mental disorder in a kind of way. We're living in a material world, and it's very easy to get lost in it in a funny way. And I think like we're living in so many inventions, you know, and when you're walking in the high street in the shopping centre, you know, you see so many things for sale. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I see things and I can't believe that they've invented it. And it's selling. But anyway, you know, there's so much out there, and I just think people. I mean, it's like if you fall in love with a diamond ring with colour again. Go back to that one. You know, if you fall in love with it, you're actually forgetting about meaningful things like yourself and your family. You know, because you're loving that diamond ring. Even if you're loving it for an hour. If you see what I mean, admiring it for an hour, your mind is focusing the love on that diamond, which is nothing really, is it? It's just an object. Then what's real? You know.
Well, it's only a valuable object because we've given it such value. You know, if you get what I mean. Like an average cost of a diamond today is only the value that it is at is because of what they've
valued that.
But basically, it's as simple as that. What they've you know.
Yeah.
You know. Meanwhile, they've probably got people working in these mines for pennies every day, doing slave labour, miners and shit, dying, doing all sorts of shit happening, getting paid, you know, doing 10 hours a day in a mine, you know, every 5-6 days a week, you know, bloody next to nothing. And meanwhile, getting all these diamonds and all this other shit, and then, you know, bringing it to Europe and, you know, America and all these other, you know, westernised countries, and giving it huge value, and, you know, making a huge profit off of it, you know, as if, you know.
I mean, this is what, unfortunately, in this world's all about profit. It's not about people.
No.
You see what I mean?
Correct.
And it's so sad, really, isn't it?
It is.
Really.
It is. Yeah. It is definitely.
You know, I personally think you know, what needs being controlled are rich people. That's
Yeah.
what needs being controlled.
Yeah.
They need being controlled.
Yeah.
They don't need so much. It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem with the world today. There's no control, or they, even these people need educating. Sometimes, that you don't need all this.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
what's going on here, with your mind, whatever. So I think we've all got different, in a kind of way, different intelligences in a funny way. Different understandings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different perspectives on things a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. But I think that's what's so great about life, though, mate, and just being human is the fact that we all differ. The fact that we have all got different perspectives on things, whether it be politics, religion, sports, all these things we were talking about earlier. I think that's the beauty of it. The fact that we can all come to our own conclusions based on our own assessments of things, if you see what I mean. And some things people naturally gravitate towards in life anyway, something like music, like I said earlier, being one of them. A lot of people tend to gravitate towards music. People like music. A lot of people, one of their passions and loves in life is, listening to music and, whatever, engaging. Or making it, creating music. So yeah, it's all subjective, isn't it? It's all opinion based. It's all individual, if you get what I mean. It all comes down to what our preferences, if you see what I mean, what we prefer. Especially like even food. Let's say for example, there's a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of like seafood. Let's say for example, I don't eat a lot of seafood and stuff like that. I don't eat much pork. I don't really ever eat any seafood or,
I'm the same.
There's certain thing like it's
I'm the same as you now. I don't like seafood.
Yeah. So, but some people out there absolutely love it. It's and it's fair dues. That's what they like. So it's.
So I think there's all kinds of people out there now. It's like some people know a lot about history.
Yeah.
Some people don't know nothing.
Yeah.
Or can't be bothered to learn. And it's just a mixture of many people out there, really. I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say now.
But yeah, there's a lot of we live in a very diverse society, and to me that just everything about diversity to me is amazing. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of agendas that are being pushed today upon people that I don't agree with. But diversity as a concept, as a concept and as a whole, I agree with. I believe that people should have freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of etc. If you see what I mean, people should be,
I think like some people are into sports and things, like we were talking about earlier on. Some people were into, say, football, like you were at one time,
Yeah.
But some people are really sort of, it takes over their life, and it's sort of like they
consumes them.
They might work or they just follow football every day of their life, and that's their life, football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they've done nothing counts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where some people, like myself, I don't, not interested in football at all. And I just think like, if it wasn't invented, say, the game in itself, like these people wouldn't have known about it.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't exist today. And these things kind of like pulls us apart in a kind of way, I feel, from what we're meant to think like. Do you with me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all these different inventions that come out now and again, I don't know how long football's been around. Maybe 300 years? I don't know. Maybe longer. I don't know. I've not really studied it. You know what I mean?
I think they just started playing football in the 18 something.
Possibly.
Was it late 1800s?
I think it goes back a lot earlier. I think cricket's a bit later. I don't
Okay.
know, but I'd have to, I'd have to Google it.
I can't remember exactly, but if I remember correctly, I think football, was late 1800s, I think.
But I'd have to Google it, But then they invented tennis, and and you've got all these kind of there's a lot of things out here, really.
Yeah.
There's lots of different things, I think, and, we are living in a place where I don't think you can go ice skating anymore because I think they've taken all the ice rinks right from here.
Yeah.
But people love entertainment.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
they?
true. Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
It's just a human thing, innit?
Yeah.
So,
And I just feel like me, for instance. I mean, I think I have mentioned it before. When I had my first son, and this is going back about 30 years ago, and the Nintendo came out, and Mario came out, and all that, and I was playing that all the time. So I mean, it took over my life. And I kind of because of that, I kind of feel like those years, few years that I was playing games non-stop almost, it took over my life. I wasn't really learning anything in life about anything else, and it kind of it's kind of like going to bed for 2 years almost, you know what I mean? In a funny way, it's a waste of my time.
Yeah.
I mean, it made me happy.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it is kind of like time wasted in a funny way. It's not, it's not time wasted, but I feel like I might have done it a bit too much.
I see.
Yeah. But I think everyone is in the same kind of boat. When they get these games, they get addicted to them. They play them for hours, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, then they're not getting enough sleep. Whatever.
Yeah. Distractions.
Or they're not doing the homework, and all kinds of things,
We live in a world today full of distractions, mate.
Or they're not loving their wife as much, or their husband. Do you know what I mean? And it's like that. I think this world we're living in, it's got so much entertainment and so much going on in there.
Yeah.
I think we're so distracted a little bit from love itself. Is that not true?
Yeah, I agree.
Or we've forgotten about how to. I mean, a long time ago, I think we were more sort of just one.
Yeah.
We just needed to get food and things, but now there's a lot of things to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of entertainment. It's good in a kind of way. It's good. It's nice, I think, that we've got all what we've got today. But I just think we've got to be careful that we control ourselves with it, like even myself, I've got to control myself each day that I don't want to watch movies all day, if you sort of mean.
Yeah.
Play games all day.
Yeah.
Or, so on, But anyway, we're talking about personalities today, so I don't know whether that was anything to do with
I think it's definitely applicable, because all these things, all these distractions, all these different things that we consume in our lives, mate, they serve a purpose to a degree, and
they're useful.
they are useful.
That's all.
But the thing is that some forms of entertainment do change. The reality is, does change some people's personality, especially music in particular, because music is a frequency, if you see what I mean. As we all know, sound is frequency, so frequency can really affect people. So things that are, type of music that's made on a negative frequency of, some kind, can be harmful to some people, mentally, if you see what I mean. It can make them believe that they're living some kind of life that they're not really living. And do you get what I'm saying? This type of shit, like I said earlier, they're not able to decipher between what's entertainment and what's not, So.
And there's also, not switch off from entertainment, but like food. When you go shopping, there is a lot of junk out there, isn't there?
Oh yeah, a lot of shit.
Like a lot of poisonous stuff out there in a kind of way, that you got to be, you got to know about food.
Yeah.
It's useful to know anyway, isn't it? That would improve your personality, I think, as well. Like if you're drinking water all day, I think you're going to be a nicer person. But if you drink alcohol, well, you're going to be a bit of a daft person, maybe, to everyone, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
So, food does affect who you are, doesn't it? Food and drink. And I think, you know, you just have to control what you eat, really, if you want to sort of like have a nice personality in a kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, I personally like having a, you know, what is a beautiful personality? Do you know what I mean? What is it? And at the end of the day, I think, I mean, if I'm looking at a woman, say, for instance, and she's not, you know, say I'm going shopping, right, and I see this lady sort of taking care of a baby, you know, in the pram or something, you know, and she's sitting down on the seat next to her.
Yeah.
You know, and I just love that, you know, love seeing that, you know, and that's what I see as someone beautiful when they're taking care of someone else. But when they're sort of being rough with a child or something, with a baby, that's different. That's being nasty, and that's not a very nice personality. They say you can always tell somebody's personality by the way somebody treats animals in a kind of way.
Okay, yeah.
You know, some people are not, they look at animals as animals.
Yeah.
Really, they've got no soul or something, you know what I mean?
I get you, yeah.
And I think people look at animals in different ways again, you know. But me personally, I think they're almost the same as us. You know, they got eyes, they can smell, they can taste, they can hear.
Yeah.
They can't talk or drive cars, no, but I think they're quite intelligent little beings.
Oh yeah,
you know?
for sure, yeah.
Very intelligent actually, you know. But we don't, well, some people don't class them as having the right to live even, do you know what I mean? I don't know, they're quite cruel with animals basically, some people. Whereas some people are very loving with animals.
Yeah.
And you know, I've always loved animals and birds and insects, to be honest with you, you know. I don't think many people love insects. Not many. That's another thing, you know. I think if you want to enjoy life, you've got to learn to love insects.
Yeah.
You know, you not fear anything, not fear any snakes. Do you see what I mean? And love them.
Yeah.
You know, I actually, you know, I know it sounds sad, but I love worms and ants and things. Do you know what I mean? I think they're beings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I look at them. And so I think we've all got a different understanding
For
about
sure.
nature. We've all got a different understanding about religion, science, and philosophy. I think. You know, I'm still learning about philosophy. I love it. You know, the more I learn about philosophy, I feel like the more happier I become.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I think like wisdom and happiness